Let's talk about the world of human resources because, wow, it's in the middle of a massive shakeup. Seriously, the old playbook? It's pretty much being shredded, and a brand new one is being written for 2025. Keeping up with these changes isn't just a smart move anymore, it is absolutely essential for survival.
So, that brings us to the big question we're really tackling today. Is your company's HR playbook truly ready for what's just around the corner? You should think of the trends we're about to dive into as your personal roadmap for the very near future of work.
And this quote just nails it. It really feels like a perfect storm is brewing. You've got new technologies popping up every single day, a more diverse workforce than ever before, and employees whose expectations have just completely shifted. The old ways of doing things, yeah, they're becoming obsolete and fast.
Okay, let's jump right into our first major trend. We're going to tackle a massive challenge that's hitting pretty much every industry you can think of, the skills gap. But here's the thing, we're not just going to sit here and dwell on the problem. We're going to focus on how to solve it.
I'm sure this scenario sounds painfully familiar, right? A company invests a ton of money in some game-changing new tech, but it just sits there, collecting digital dust, because the team has no idea how to actually use it. That, right there, is the skills gap in action, and man, is it a huge roadblock to innovation.
Now, here's what's so powerful. The ripple effect you get from solving this is just incredible. When you invest in upskilling, you're not just teaching someone how to use a new program, you are literally future-proofing your entire workforce, saving a boatload of money on hiring, and creating a more confident, capable, and engaged team across the board. It's a win-win-win.
Okay, so how do you actually make this happen? Well, first, forget those boring week-long training seminars that nobody has time for. We're talking about slick, bite-sized e-learning that people can actually fit into a busy schedule. We're talking about mentorship programs that connect your seasoned pros with the rising stars. And, maybe most importantly, we're talking about creating clear pathways for people to move around and grow within the company.
All right, let's shift gears to our second trend, and this is a big one. We're talking about women's equity. But listen, this is not some box-ticking exercise. This is about making it a core, non-negotiable business strategy for 2025.
And this slide just perfectly captures that fundamental shift in thinking. For way too long, gender equity was treated as a nice-to-have, something you'd maybe mention in your annual report. But in 2025, that view is history. It's a business imperative. It's how you attract and, crucially, how you keep the very best talent.
And the why behind this is crystal clear. The data is just undeniable. Diverse leadership teams make smarter, more innovative decisions that lead to better results. Period. Closing the pay gap isn't just the right thing to do, it makes you an employer of choice. And when you create a supportive environment for women, everyone benefits. The entire culture gets a lift.
So, what can you do starting tomorrow? Well, it all begins with the data. You have to run regular pay equity audits, and then you have to actually fix the disparities you find. Then, get proactive. Create leadership development programs designed specifically to elevate women in your organization, and roll out family-friendly policies that truly make a difference, like meaningful parental leave.
And this leads us perfectly to our third trend, which is all about redefining what employee engagement even means. It's time to move beyond the superficial perks and embrace what we can call Engagement 2.0. Let's be real for a second. For years, engagement has been a buzzword for things like free coffee and ping pong tables. But you can't fix a toxic culture with a latte. Real engagement, the kind that builds fierce loyalty and drives incredible results, is about something so much more meaningful. And here's exactly why it matters so much. A truly inclusive culture becomes a talent magnet. When your employees feel seen, heard, and genuinely supported, they don't just do their jobs. They go the extra mile. And when you tackle inequalities head-on, you're building a stronger, more resilient organization from the inside out.
The absolute key here is to create a genuinely supportive environment. That means offering real flexibility, not just paying lip service to it. It means celebrating wins, big and small, on a regular basis so people feel valued. And it means fostering a culture of open and honest communication, where people feel safe enough to speak up about challenges.
All right, let's talk about our final trend. If you're an HR professional who feels like you're constantly drowning in paperwork and admin, this one is for you. We're going to talk about how HR technology can become your secret weapon.
This is a story I hear over and over again. HR teams are absolutely drowning in a sea of administrative tasks. Manual candidate screening, endless payroll paperwork, constant compliance headaches.
There's just no time left for the strategic, high-impact work that really moves the needle. And this table just shows the transformation in black and white. We're moving from hours of manual resume screening to smart, AI-powered tools. We're going from mountains of paperwork to a streamlined, centralized system. And we're shifting from that rigid, office-centric model to a flexible, cloud-based one that empowers your team to do their best work from anywhere.
And the benefits here are huge. You'll save a ton of time by automating all that boring stuff. You'll start making smarter, faster decisions with real data-driven insights. And you'll create a much better, more seamless experience for every single one of your employees, from the day they're hired to the day they retire.
So, where do you even start? The first step is to invest in a modern Human Resource Information System, or HRIS. That's your foundation. Then you can start layering on powerful AI tools for things like recruitment and onboarding. And finally, you'll want to fully embrace cloud-based platforms to give your team the flexibility they need to thrive.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together. We've just covered 4 massive trends, but the real magic, the real power, happens when you start weaving them together into a single, cohesive strategy for building a truly future-proof HR function.
And here it is, your 2025 HR playbook. It's all about adaptability, inclusivity, innovation, and efficiency. Master these 4 pillars, and you'll be well on your way to building a world-class HR function that's a true strategic partner to the business. And that brings us right back to our original question. These trends aren't some far-off, distant future. They are happening right now. They are the new reality. So take a good, hard look at your own organization and ask yourself, are you ready for the future of HR?